So I've been thinking lately, we're pretty much always wrong about how much people care about us. And the way I learned that lesson or developed that theory is through trying stand-up comedy. Now here's what I mean. It sounds like a paradox. How can you say, if you say, oh, everyone cares about me or everyone's paying attention to me, and saying, well, like no one cares about me or something like that, like those two seem like opposite things. How can that work? Well, so here's the story. I this year decided to try a 5-minute stand-up comedy routine sort of as a fear challenge. Now, that's something I do every month or so to try to kind of push myself outside of my comfort zone. And I think of it as like lifting weights for my fear tolerance. It's like do something that really scares the shit out of me and makes me uncomfortable so that I build up a tolerance to discomfort and I can push myself to do crazier and crazier things. Maybe crazier is not the right word, but you get what I mean. So I was doing a 5-minute stand-up comedy routine, and as I was like walking up onto the stage, I was freaking out despite doing a ton of public speaking. I was like, oh my gosh, like everyone's looking at me. If I bomb, everyone's gonna like make fun of me or think it's like you're just in your head. And so I go up there and about halfway through, I'm not doing great, but I would say I wasn't doing terrible. But I looked out and like everyone at the bar was just talking to each other, doing their own thing. People in the back were drinking, sitting around tables talking. There's literally like a group of like 4 guys in the front that were actually into what I was saying. And like, some would laugh or someone would sort of just be like, eh. There was like 4 out of like 50 people that were even paying attention. And I thought, anytime you think that everyone cares, or it's like everyone's looking at me or everyone's paying attention to me, you're probably wrong, right? We get this when we're doing a talk or presentation in class or at work, or even when maybe we're going to like a party and meeting new people, right? Or even sometimes I'm self-conscious a little bit sometimes. Maybe you're at the gym or you're just walking around and you're like, oh, do I look good? Or did I do something wrong? It's like, no one gives a shit. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but it's just like, people are so concerned about themselves and whatever they're doing that no one is paying attention. And when I think about the stand-up comedy thing, it's like 80% of people weren't paying any attention at all. 0% of people, besides me, remembered my act for more than like 30 seconds afterwards. So if you do something stupid or you do something that's like not socially perfect, no one besides you is going to remember for more than like 30 seconds. But here's the flip side of this. As I was leaving, I was a little bit like dejected or like, oh, that was kind of like, I don't know, I'm not feeling good. And I happened to tell my friends what I was doing, and they were like, dude, that's insane. I can't imagine doing that. Like, I would never have the guts to do that, blah, blah, blah. They're being really supportive. And I was like, dude, wow, well, maybe people care more than I thought, right? Because when we tend to be down or a little bit discouraged, we're like, oh, no one even cares. But people do care. Even strangers care very often. So that's where I arrived at this kind of paradox where I say, we're pretty much always wrong about how much people care about us. If you think everyone cares about you and they're paying a lot of attention and they're going to remember anything you do wrong, you're probably wrong. If you think no one cares about you and no, it doesn't matter and no one's even paying attention, no one even cares how I do, that's also probably wrong. There are probably friends, family, relationships, etc., people who do support you. So what I try to think is anytime I think everyone cares, I'm wrong. And anytime I think no one cares, I'm also wrong. The truth is somewhere in the middle. So this video, again, was based on my practical experience. Hope it was helpful. Here's a video that YouTube suggests you'll like from my channel. Down below, I'll include some resources as always. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful. Reach out, comment, let me know if you want certain topics, certain questions, etc. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. This has been Jackson Kirchis, your happiness nerd.